I want to run through some big names in the news this morning. I want to start this morning with Tesla. Headlines might have crushed its stock a few months ago are now being shrugged off basically by investors. Still more Wall Street analysts that cover Tesla have negative ratings than those with buy or hold ratings. According to FactSet, here to chat with us about his own outlook for Tesla and more is Steve Grasso, Director of Institutional Sales at Stuart Frankel, of course, the CNBC contributor. Good morning to you, sir. How do we handle Mr. Musk?
So you have to look at it. We've all talked about this. Is it a car company? Is it a solar company? Is it an AI company? Is it a battery company? It's all.
Right.
So that's what the chart indicates, right? Here, when you go back on this level, if you go way back on this chart.
There's some shorts I know who think this indicates crazy, but that's
I think the problem, though, is it's not short covering anymore because the days to cover for the shorts is only 2 or 3 days.
Right.
So it's not that's not an aspect to it anymore. But look here. When you went back to here, this was the stock that was going out of business. Mm-hmm. This was a stock that was going to lose everything, right?
Yep. Okay.
From there, you wind up having this base build in the stock. And then when you get the SEC off Elon Musk's back, and then when you get the going broke off their back, you start to get a little bit of a ripple here.
Yep.
Then you get another base. Then you have the explosion, and this is the parabolic move. Right here is the parabolic move. How do you trade something like this, though?
Yes.
So you have to look back at reversions. We start here. This is your base. So where did the move start? So if I ask you, where did the move start? You could say it started here.
Right.
You could say it started here. You could say it started here, and you'd all be right. So you have to look at the reversions to it. So you want to look at this major move, which is right here, and you want to go the halfway point on a lot of these things. That brings you up around here. That's the price.
600.
So around $600. But the fact is that if you want to keep a close stop on your money here, 791, you have to go with very tight round numbers. Okay. So you want to think about 700. Because if you think about moving averages, they're worthless in the stock. Because they're all 2, 3, 4, 500 lower than where it is now.
And how does retail play in this differently than just about everybody else?
Well, retail has been in it for a while. Right. So retail were believers all along here, and right. Retail is ecstatic here, and institutional had a reposition. Right. So everything in the world of stock trading is about positioning. This tells me that everyone was caught offsides because they thought it was going out of business. Right. This is where you have this explosion. So everyone thinks this is crazy. But what about if you start talking about these stupid numbers like 1,500 for Tesla? Right. Then it looks cheap. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Could it happen? Absolutely.
Okay, what about the $2 billion raise?
Had to. Yeah, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you when you have a stock price like this?
Then why not do more? If you think you're
I think he should have done more.
If you think you're going to need $3.5 billion ultimately, why not do more?
I think he should have done more, but I think everyone came down on him yesterday for what? For saying he wasn't going to do the raise, and then he did it. Right. So to do an explosive one more than $2 billion, he would have had that much more momentum going.
Okay, let's throw another stock up on the screen. Do we have Roku, guys? Let's put Roku up there because that company just had earnings. And
it's a very interesting chart when you look at Roku, because everyone counted this one out. And when you look at where we're stemming from here, so if we go back a little bit, so this is the latest chart, but right. If we go a little bit wider back on Roku and you say, okay, here's where everything happened. Yep. Right, so look at the price levels here. So you had around 160, 176 was the high. You traded down to about $100. So you want to get the middle of that move. That's your baseline. Right here.
What's that, about 150 bucks?
Yeah, it's the baseline that you're looking at is the baseline that you were looking at. The real number to really focus in on Roku is about 135 area-ish is where you want to really stay focused on that number. That's your barometer, bull-bear barometer. Right now, we exploded out of that. But what is Roku? It's an aggregator. That's where I want to be in this market, where there's so many streaming entities that you can get involved with. I want to be the guy that makes money off of all of them, and Roku's the place to be.